Are you a pervert or something? Okay. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
Hold on a sec. I just
National
want
Pornographic says it.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15 what?
The whales have a 15-foot penis. I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15
Are
what?
you a pervert or something? Okay. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
Hold on a sec. I just
National Pornographic says it.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15 what?
The whales have a 15-foot penis. I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15
Are
what?
you a pervert or something? Okay. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
Hold on a sec. I just
National Pornographic says it.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15 what?
The whales have a 15-foot penis. I didn't cut out. You heard me. Google it yourself. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
I'm sorry, Ken. You cut out there. They have a 15
Are
what?
you a pervert or something? Okay. The whales have a 15-foot penis.
What's up, heathens? How ya doing? Which, yeah, y'all can hear me. Good. All right. So tonight we have a random person on the internet claiming that they don't believe that atheists exist, and so we have to prove our existence to them. I'm thinking that this comes from the whole idea in the Bible where it says that we've all been shown the glory of God, or well, I guess technically God's glory. That's what he names his dick in the Bible. In any case, apparently God's shown it to us, and so therefore we have to believe in it and suck it at the same time. So we're going to be looking at this guy and his arguments for atheists not existing or something like that. Anyways, we'll get into it. And if you're interested in this, then please stay tuned. All right. But before we get into tonight's response video, we do have a few things that we normally like to do. The first thing should be everybody smash the like button as well as subscribe if this is your first time here. If you're watching this on the replay, definitely subscribe if you haven't seen one of these live streams before, and hold on to your butt, because first up we have Today I Learned. Shit. Hold on. There we go. All right. So first up on Today I Learned that in 1986, a large male gorilla named Jambo stood between a 5-year-old boy and the other gorillas in a protective gesture after the boy fell into the gorilla exhibit and lost consciousness. And so not everything turns out like Harambe. Sometimes it actually turns out okay. The big difference here between Harambe and Jambo is that when the kid fell into the pit, he was actually knocked unconscious, while the kid that fell into Harambe's pit was still conscious, made a big racket and everything. Not to say that it's the kid's fault or anything like that. Obviously, it's not.
Yeah, I've got Corona for you.
Oh, I have got the Corona, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm quarantined for the next 2 weeks. Luckily, that doesn't stop me from doing this job. Okay. So I got my Corona Light because I'm diabetic. All right, next up on Today I Learned. Next on Today I Learned that James Chadwick, who discovered the neutron, was a student of Rutherford, who discovered the proton, who was also the student of Thomson, who discovered the electron. So, yeah, it's interesting how that works. This was more of a, hey, I didn't know all these people discovered these things. So, there you go. And then finally on Today I Learned of Marshall Mabey. Not sure. Pick one. was a $1 a day NYC tunnel worker called Sandman. On February 19th, he was working under the East River where the tunnel was pressurized to prevent cave-ins. A crack in the ceiling vented maybe up through the mud, the East River, and 25 feet into the air. He lived and was uninjured. That is crazy as shit. Can you imagine just working your $1 a fucking a day job and then all of a sudden you're like, it's like you're getting abducted by aliens, but from underneath the crust of the earth. And it's like, holy shit, how the fuck this happened? Can you imagine? I would have shit my pants. If I was that guy, I would have, and then I would have shit my pants midair. But I don't know. Maybe he didn't. Who knows? He probably has bigger balls than I do. Anyways, I mean, he was working $1 a day. But this was a while ago, I'm sure. I'm not sure when. Anyways. All right. And now, next up, we have the comment of the day. Prepare to face bomb yourself in the next week. We got all the songs here on Godless Engineer. So today is Doug Williams over on TikTok. And he says, there are 2.18 billion Christians according to Pew Research Center. Newton and Galileo acknowledged God. These mad dog atheists believe they know better. So, yes, Doug, there are a lot of Christians in the world. But just because Newton and Galileo were Christians or did believe in God, that doesn't necessarily mean that God actually exists. And I don't care how many Christians believe a certain thing to be true. That doesn't make it correct. Your ad populum argument is really shitty. So that's it. Yeah. Thank you, hon. And then we've got Out of Context Comic, which, sing the song here. Out of Context Comic! We're not gonna know what the fuck is going on. Alright, so let's see what this guy's riding a wiener. My wiener has a mind of its own! Shit, I know the feeling there, bud. I mean, when you've got a 15-foot schlong like the whale or whatever that Kent Hovind says, I'm sure that's hard to control too. It probably needs a separate brain in order to control that long motherfucker. Anyways, so there's your out of context comic. I hope that you appreciate it. I see some of the members are using their emojis. Good going. Thank you guys for using it. All right. Oh, you know what time it is now, honey?
What time?
It's shitty ass science. We're gonna answer some science shit really wrong. All right, heathens, how y'all doing? Y'all going to hell yet? Well, you should be. Be prepared to burn there for eternity just for not believing and sucking in Jesus' dick. Let's see what we're getting asked today. My son wants to buy Animal Crossing, and is it an appropriate game? It looks satanic and inappropriate. Well, you hit the nail on the head there, buddy. It definitely is satanic. In that fucking game, you can do pentagrams and you can sacrifice little animals on it. That's what Animal Crossing's all about. You capture animals so you can do your satanistic animal sacrifices through the game. And then you virtually summon Satan into the world that your game is in. And then he tries to mesmerize you from the game and come into the real world. You as a parent, you need to stop that shit right now. You see your kid playing Animal Crossing, you need to beat him with the newspaper and be like, don't you summon the devil, you little motherfucker. Don't you fucking do that. You just know some little shit summoned the devil to cause this corona shit to happen this week. Or this month. This year. This entire year's fucked because one motherfucker was playing it and summoned Satan. That's the reason why 2020 sucks. We got David Oliver saying, is being an agnostic mean I'm an atheist? Well, David, It does not mean that you are necessarily an atheist, but a Christian person or a religious person would definitely label you an atheist because you don't necessarily believe in a God. Being agnostic is fine, but you also need to understand that atheists can also be agnostic due to the fact that agnosticism just refers to what you know. Do I know if God exists? Fuck no. I don't know if God exists or not, but GE will tell you that he doesn't believe in a God. So that's the difference there. It's what you know. It's not what you believe, it's what you know. Atheism is about what you believe. Of course, Bro Cephas, me, myself, I am Christian. This is really hard for me to do and answer a question seriously. I'm going to fucking go on and let GE answer this because obviously we're going to differ. Okay, so that bled into some shit real quick. Okay, so David Oliver, agnostic doesn't mean that you're an atheist due to the fact that agnosticism is about what you know. You can apply the term agnostic to just about anything. I can be agnostic about what colors I want my new app to be. I can be agnostic about a lot of different things, but it's when you apply it to a certain topic that it starts to give you any kind of indication about that topic. Like atheism, I can be an agnostic atheist, and that's what I am. And then we had another super chat from Michelle Foster saying, wait, I can summon the devil? I've been playing it all wrong then. Just kidding, I've never played. Lol. Hey, you know what? I would not be surprised if you could. Somebody needs to make a mod for Animal Crossing, if that's even possible, on the Switch. And you just need to fucking do that. Make it to where you can summon the devil. Oh, man. Anyways. All right. Y'all ready to get to the response today? We're done with all that boilerplate shit.
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay, so this guy is called the Cheat Code, or something like that, I think is what he's called. Anyways, he's put out this video. I'm fairly certain that he's being sincere about this. He doesn't seem like he's trolling it up. We got the Sinister Porpoise who says, is Jägermeister or Irish whiskey better for Easter? That's a good question. Casey says Jägermeister's never good. I've never had Jägermeister. Irish whiskey, you can't go wrong with whiskey. I mean, whiskey's just good. You know, let's see, Alex asked why isn't he in a car? You know, the way he's framed this up, I could possibly just do the green screen thing and put him in a car. I could have done that. It's like, he wasn't in a car, so I decided to put his ass in a car because these are the kind of arguments you make while you're on your way down to the Dollar General. Anyways, hold on. Let me get my headphones on. Let's see what he's got to say. Wait, hold on. Is that how he starts it? Oh. My take on atheism is, so what, motherfucker? I don't care. Hannibal and Monty show says, who's crack-a-lackin', homie? Or what's crack-a-lackin', homie? Nothing much. Just looking at this video. Rowdy with... Huh? Oh, KC says, hi, Hannibal and Monty. I'm not sure which one of y'all are using the account. Rowdy with a chance of meeples says, shameless plug. This is a channel Uhan produces. Check it out if you like games. Please wash your hands.
This is a good show. They're very funny.
Yes, Rowdy with a chance of meeples is a pretty good show. If you like gaming related, podcasts and stuff like that. Huh? And goofy people who are funny, definitely go and subscribe with Rowdy Chance of Meeples. They're a pretty awesome group over there. Thank you so much, Uhan, for everything that you do for us over here, too. All right, let's see. Oh, shit. Okay, here. We're going to start this all over. Here we go. Well, shit, motherfucker. What? I cannot get this shit right tonight. This week is just an off week to me. Okay, Here we go. Finally, it's going to stay. God damn it. Okay.
My take on atheism is, so what?
Okay, so what? Your take on atheism is so what? Okay, I'm fine with that. I don't care if people care about atheism. Normally, what I do is I rail against those who speak out against atheism. So that's what my channel is analyzing creationists and apologists' claims against evolution and atheism and religion in general.
You don't believe in God? That's your business. Why should that bother me?
True. I don't think it should bother anybody. I don't think that my atheism really needs to affect anybody else. But the problem is that normally it's Christians that are the ones that have a problem with atheists being an atheist. So color me confused if, you know, I'm a little I'm questioning this entire video here.
You don't cash your check? That's your business. Now, for the people...
I mean, I know I make money from doing YouTube videos, but I mean, I don't do it for the atheism. Like, so I don't know what he means by cash or check. I guess he just means do it. All right.
People that don't understand how it's that easy, let me break it down to why it's that. First of all, I don't believe in Easter Bunny. Don't believe in Santa Claus. Don't believe in the Tooth Fairy. And I don't feel the need to tell y'all about that, right? So from the beginning, not believing in God, that's your business. Now the part that identify who you are is you saying it out amongst everybody else. That's like white people not liking blacks. And that's okay, you don't have to like blacks. But to the point of where you would leave a noose out to let blacks that you don't know them. Let blacks know that you don't like them. That's taking it to the extreme. That's telling them you bothered. There's something wrong with you. Now, not to believe in God is okay. That's your business. But to give it a name, that's like hitting a dislike button.
Oh, shit. Labeling atheism as atheism is like hitting a dislike button, but it's also just like leaving out a noose for a black person. This is fucking ridiculous. This, like, I feel like you're comparing like this savage kind of racism or racism in general to atheism, and it's like, what the fuck?
You gotta go out your way not to like something. Just don't be bothered with it. So,
well, I mean, I don't have to go out of my way not to like something. I don't go out of my way not to like Voldemort or not to like any of the religions that are out there. I don't go out of my way. I just hear it. I think it's dumb as fuck, and then I just don't like it. I mean, I don't like what Christians do. So I guess it's not necessarily that I don't like the religion. It's that I don't like the actions of its adherents.
For me, it's easy to rip atheists apart. It's coming from two places. One, it's a control mechanism. And then it's an insecurity issue for a person to think they really intelligent. See, they can't explain the Bible. They won't take the time, because it's a little different than just talking about Kemet, some shit on the walls, and some pyramids, and stuff that you can't bog down. So you could go on and on forever in those kind of conversations.
Oh, wait. So, like, I mean, I know Egypt is in the Bible, but the pyramids really don't play a massive role in the Bible. I can't think of any certain time where the Bible actually mentions the pyramids. So I don't know what he means here. I also don't know what he means by the idea that atheists can't explain the Bible. We can explain the Bible. In fact, that's the reason why we are atheists, is because we come to understand the Bible, how it was written, and all of that. So I don't understand. I don't know why he thinks that we can't explain the Bible and that it's some kind of like control reaction because we can't explain the Bible. I don't know. Anyways, Exodus 21:20 says, "This X-Gen deliberately sins. Do not cut your bodies for the dead or put tattoo marks on yourselves. I am the Lord." Yeah. There's plenty of progressive Christians out there now that just they do away with that, and they have multiple reasons as to why they're okay with getting a tattoo. Basically, it's just because that they see those particular laws being written for the Israelite people at a very specific time in history, and therefore they are no longer applicable because they are under the new covenant with Jesus Christ, and they think that that just washes away all of the old laws, even though Jesus specifically says in the New Testament that he's not come to erase the laws or make the old laws go away, but he's there to fulfill things from the Old Testament. So I don't know, it's kind of a confusing apologetic, but I don't focus too much on the whole tattoo thing.
Most intellectual types or pseudo-intellectual types, they want talk to be like numbers, infinity, right? They think they could just go on and on and on and on with words. You can't. Words are finite, numbers are not. So at one point, you're going to start lying and reason and pass law. So we can't deal with that, right?
I don't know what he means by we just want to go on and on and on and on and on like numbers. Like, you could literally go on and on and on and on and on without lying whatsoever. Granted, you'll probably repeat a lot of the same information, but then again, you repeat numbers too whenever you go on and on and on and on and on like that. So I'm failing to grasp the entire point of this conversation here, other than the fact that he thinks that he can destroy atheists easily, and he thinks that he can do that because it's like a intellectual control mechanism for atheists to be atheists, and then apparently labeling atheism as atheism is somehow wrong for some reason. It's wrong like racism is wrong. I'm not exactly sure.
What I do with the scriptures, I'm going to be right or wrong based on what it is. And I'll stand on that as a man. These fake dudes, they don't want to be in a point where something can be explained to a T. And the crazy shit is they don't believe in the Bible because they can't see God or you can't explain it to a T. But they get other things. They get Kundalini energy. They get Anunnaki. All this shit they get. All this, woo. They study in astrology, the stars, and all that shit. But the Bible is the one book that's fucked up because they say it.
Well, no, I mean, it's not because we are saying it's fucked up. I mean, it's because the words that are actually on the page are pretty fucked up. The entire context of the Old Testament is fucked up. Like, you don't have to be some kind of master linguist or master apologist or a pastor or a preacher or a priest in order to just read the words that are on the page, right? In order to know about the cultural context surrounding the Old Testament, all of those books, in order to know who actually wrote the Pentateuch, the first 5 books of the Bible, I would say that you probably need a little bit of scholarly reading under your belt, but you don't necessarily need to be a scholar or anything like that. So I'm still failing to understand the point that you're trying to get across. I mean,
you know what I'm saying? It's this easy to me. Like, I don't think anybody more intellectual than I am. And I'm
honey, he just said, I can't think of anybody that's more intellectual than I am. No, yes, you are the pinnacle of intellectual people. That's obviously the case right here. You are the pinnacle of intellectuality. Michelle Foster says, who is this guy so angry about? Pasta? What's wrong with tortellini? Oh, why is this guy so angry about pasta? What's wrong with tortellini? There's nothing. I don't know why he's angry about pasta.
in the scriptures. I could be in Kemet. I could be in Egypt, all that shit, trying to sound pseudo-intellectual, looking at the walls and all that shit, and then our people stay the same way we are, not moving one bit. So it's cute talking about you don't believe in God and all that, sitting in one spot, just jostling information. That's all those types do, just juggle information.
So now you're comparing, like, dishing out little facts about the Bible and little facts about what atheists would rattle off on social media and whatnot. You're comparing that to just juggling like we're just juggling shit, and you're trying to make it out like every atheist acts like they have taken personal trips to Egypt to study Kemet and shit like that. Like, I still don't understand why you think this proves that like atheists don't exist. Like, he's saying that I don't believe in atheists, so therefore they which proves that or prove they exist is what he's asking people to do. So let's see if he gets to his point.
Don't sit down on anything. It's easy to say I don't believe in God. That's easy. Easy. Real easy.
I mean, I agree that it's easy to say it, but in reality, people that have come to not believe in God generally seem to struggle with that. At least for the majority of people, I would say, because, you know, majority of people have grown up being religious, and so struggling to figure out what you actually believe is not such an easy thing. Plus, it's not so much of an easy thing to admit that you're an atheist and to deal with the fallout from that. I know personally how hard it is, because that was the biggest hurdle for me, was admitting that I was an atheist, coming to terms with the fact that I didn't believe in this God that I had lived my entire life believing in. So, I mean, you acting like it's easy to just come to this non-belief in a deity, it's not exactly all that easy.
That ain't complicated. The same way what they talking about. Shit that you can never check. They worship pagan gods, homosexual gods, and they push that shit off on you like that's regular. The thing about the Bible is, it's regular. It's for regular people. You ain't gotta be this, you ain't gotta be that.
Well, yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. You don't have to be some intellectual person in order to just read the words on the page. But the words on the page are bad enough that it'll make you an atheist if you actually read them and try to understand what the words say and what that means that God makes people do. Like, if you just take the favorite passage that I like going to right now is Numbers 31, 17 through 18. That has God commanding the Israelites to go into a town of the Midianites, kill them all, including the small children, all the small boys, all of the guys in general, all of the women that have known a dick, and then all of the girls that have not had like dick, they get to take for themselves as spoils of war so that they can place into sexual slavery for themselves. This is the character of God, or one aspect of the character of God in the Old Testament, and you can't separate that particular character from the character of the New Testament. So, I mean, all I have to do is read the words on the page, and that's proof enough that I don't want to worship this God.
There's laws in there for regular people, but you atheists, okay, don't believe. Who told you you had to believe in God?
Every fucking Christian that I've ever talked to, every single one has told me that I should believe in God, or that I need to believe in God. There are entire sects of Christians now that spend all of their time on the fucking streets telling everybody how they're gonna burn in hell if they don't believe in their particular deity. So you asking this is quite confusing, considering like Christianity is based on you telling other people that they need to believe in him.
My issue is why'd you have to have a group with a name on it for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't believe. That's your business. Unless it's a club, y'all got a church, an atheist Bible, that's something different. Y'all march, y'all go out. What y'all do? Like, go out not believing on people?
I mean, do you think that like atheism is a religion? Like, is that your misconception here, that you think atheism is a religion? Because atheism is not a religion. I mean, you can have a label for something and it's not some kind of organized group, like NASCAR driver or something like that. I don't know. I mean, they're a group of people, but it's not like they have a NASCAR Bible. I'm sure that there's some book out there called the NASCAR Bible, but in the same vein that he's talking about an atheist Bible or something like that. Like there are several groups out there like American Atheists. I'm sure they have some kind of code of conduct that David Silverman should have read. I mean, it's very group specific, but labels in general don't have to be associated with a specific group, right? It's just a label. That's all that it is. We got a couple super chats here. One from Uhan who says, Bro, Cephas 2020, hashtag stay the fuck at home, or we'll stay at home and wash your damn hands. Then we got Quentin Van Boeven who says, how did they know if the women were virgins? God tell them which ones? Maybe, unless they were like prepubescent girls that haven't known a dick. That's the feeling that I got from it, because the way that it talks about the girls is like the little girls. Because back during that time frame, you had, girls being wed as soon as they got their periods and shit. Like they didn't wait until they were 20. They were married off pretty young. So it would most likely have probably been just not married or prepubescent.
Well, what y'all get people to tell y'all stories and then say we don't believe stories of God? Y'all go out tormenting Christians and shit.
How are we tormenting Christians? Honey, do we torment Christians?
I mean, maybe some may see it that way because they don't like what we do, but in general, no. I mean, we have friends who are Christian.
Yeah. So we've got a friend, Megan, over on Digital Hammurabi. She's a Christian. We're friends with her. I'm pretty good acquaintances with Braxton Hunter. We talk friendly all the time. So I don't feel like I'm harassing anybody in the videos that I make. Oh, I am, honey. Thank you. Next Friday, I'm actually teaching a Bible class. Not about the Bible, but I'm teaching them about why I don't accept creationism and I don't accept their particular God. Like I'm just doing kind of a lecture and then it's got a Q&A at the end, right? So it's at a Christian school. So, I mean, I'm perfectly fine with Christians. I don't berate Christians. Generally when I react to a Christian, I react due to what they say to me or what they claim, right? I prove them wrong. I critically analyze their arguments. So I don't know why he sees critical analysis as like an attack. It's not like we go into people's churches, put our feet up on the pews, and it's like, y'all know what? God don't exist. Y'all just need to get the fuck on home, okay? Oh, yeah. We went and saw Greg Locke talk when he was down here in Alabama before we found out he was a total dipshit and a horrible person. We actually went and saw him in a church. We didn't burst into flames. We didn't come in there waving my big dick around. And it's like, hey, guys, guess what? This is okay. Like, that... We were normal fucking people.
Asking them about God, then when they tell y'all the story, y'all say y'all don't believe them. See, things like that, those old days, all that shit's coming to a halt. Just like this thing with Christianity, that BS. All.
I'm sorry, but is it really Christian to do drugs while you're talking about Christ and your God? He just pulled out this big old bong, honey. Like, should you really be chastising atheists for anything when you're sitting there being like, y'all need to suck that Jesus dick while I hit this bong?
The opposers of God are starting to slow down. You can see the folly in it. That might have took ground when you could antagonize people, but I put everything on the couch. Like the psychiatrist, anything talking about God, I put it on the couch and compare it to God. And it's easy. We know God from the scriptures, from his law, no matter what you say and not like it. It's about righteousness, not killing, not stealing, not bearing false witness, not lying, treating people decent. That's what's in the Bible.
Actually, that is in the Bible, but that's also not what is all in the Bible. I mean, you're chastising me and other atheists for not knowing the Bible, and then you rattle up the simplest description of what's in the Bible. I mean, that's not even all of the 10 Commandments. For one thing, there were several versions of the 10 Commandments, but the ones that people, know as the 10 Commandments, the first 4 are pretty much sucking God's dick. The first 4 are just talking about, respecting God and don't take the God's name in vain and remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. So there's 4. And then you've got honor thy mother, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, shalt not steal, bear false witness, and covet thy neighbor's goods. So the first 4 things on God's big no-no list is, hey, don't forget to suck my dick. Don't take any pictures of you sucking my dick. Don't say my name while you suck my dick. And then remember the day that you got to suck my dick. Okay? Those are the first 4 10 Commandments. Apparently, KC loves my rendition of it.
And that's what y'all tell people you don't believe in. All those stories in the Bible.
Well, no. Remember, he listed off like don't steal, don't all the rest of the 10 Commandments is pretty much what he listed off, right? And he's like, y'all gonna go around telling people you don't believe in that? And it's like, no, we're not telling you that we don't believe in that. We just don't believe in the stories of the Bible, and we don't believe that your God is even possible or is the one that actually exists. We don't know, like, I'm saying in general, most atheists would say they don't know whether a God exists or not, but they just don't believe in your particular version of God.
It's funny that y'all run the shit that's controversial, that you can't believe in. But what's in there that's founded, that's a stick.
Not to really shit on any pot smokers out there or anything like that, but I could have sworn that he picked up his bong to take a hit while he was on camera, and then he kept on talking and forgot that he wanted to take a hit. I think that's a very plausible situation.
Thou shalt not murder, the homosexuality, your dietary law, things that it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. What's up with that, atheist? You can see that. You're always talking about something else, so it's real easy. It's just the hatred for God.
No. Okay, so basically, apparently, he's complaining about the fact that we have problems with the dietary laws and the fact that God doesn't like gay people. So he's complaining about those things that we can see perfectly fine, but yet now he's asking, or he's telling us that we just hate God. So we hate God by not buying the bullshit that's in the Bible. And this is called a non sequitur because those 2 arguments do not logically flow whatsoever. He's got no connecting, like, supporting evidence that suggests that because of that one thing, that means that we hate his God.
That's it. It's a hatred for God. It's a hatred for order. Because if there's no order, you can do and say what you want. You can create your own policy.
I mean, how is this different from like what Christians have been doing for the past few hundred years, right? More than ever since Christianity was a thing. I mean, when Christianity first started up in the 1st century, you had several different sects going around. Just because the Pauline sect is the one that won out and that everybody remembers, because the Christians after that point tried to erase everything that all the other Christian sects did, although they did a very poor job of it because we know a lot about these other Christian sects that existed in the 1st century. Just because that one particular sect won out, and then that particular sect even broke up into multiple different things. So, I mean, to me, it kind of seems like even Christians have their own opinions about what this God is supposed to be telling them, or what this God means by his holy book. So you want to act like you have the absolute truth about about what God wants. But in actuality, you don't know shit about what he wants.
And get man to follow your policy. And that's all fine and good until the man that has an idea about certain policy that don't line up with righteousness for everybody, when that particular guy, let's say an atheist, becomes like the leader of the world, and then he have enough might to impose his policy over the freedom that God gave people.
I mean, I still don't see how this differs from any Christian that could take office or any Christian that could exist out there that would impose his own particular version of Christianity on everybody else. I mean, that's exactly what Project Blitz wants to do. Project Blitz is a group of individuals that are fundamentalist Christians that want to push fundamentalist Christian ideals on the nation. They have legislated women's health. They have legislated what you can teach kids in school, like as far as, teaching that Moses was a founding father of the United States. Like, I really don't see a big difference between a Christian doing it and some asshole atheist doing it, with the exception that it's more likely that the atheist would impose a secular thing that's meant to apply to everybody, regardless of what their religion is. So it seems to me like the one that's biased here would definitely be the religious person, although that doesn't rule out the idea that an atheist could be biased himself. I mean, we've seen it in the past with state atheism and other different types of atheist assholes that have been out there before. So it's definitely possible. I'm just saying that I feel like it's more likely for a Christian asshole to get up there and impose his religion on the entire nation.
That's what soulless people, kind of like atheists, do. See, if you're not dealing from a perspective of people count, which like atheists are, and if you believe in people or you think people's lives count, they don't have anything to do with atheists. That's God. God.
No, you don't have to believe in God in order to think that people's lives count. In fact, after a person is born, Christian politicians generally don't give a shit about you. They especially don't give a shit about the kids that are born, especially when, like, Donald Trump cut the free lunch programs like more than half, so that there's even less kids out there being able to get lunch at schools. Also that he could pay for his fucking xenophobic wall.
Gave people value, worth. That's not you, that's not me, because we kill, we steal, we rape and rob in a second. It's a conflict every day of our lives.
Christians steal, rape, and rob all the time. You're still not showing me the difference between a Christian and an atheist in this particular viewpoint, right? Like, can an atheist do those things? Yeah, sure. A Christian can do those things. A Muslim can do those things. Anybody can do those things. It's not like Christians out there are just perfectly adhering to whatever you think God tells you to do. There are Christians out there that rationalize raping women and small children as what God wants them to do. So you're really not showing how Christians are better than atheists. Also, I resent the whole Christians or atheists are soulless. One thing, everybody's soulless. Nobody has a soul. A soul's a made-up thing. Two, even if we did have souls, atheists would still have souls. We're not soulless.
Somebody piss you off in traffic, you might call him a motherfucker or something, but in that moment, you would have killed him. The God in you, your creator, his hand on you, even in that moment, stop you from doing it. For some of us, we go right along with it.
So, God stops people from killing motherfuckers when we get mad. Like, when I get mad, God stops me from killing somebody. What does that mean for people that actually kill other people? Are they just atheists and they don't know it? Is that what it is? Or was God busy? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he was probably busy helping somebody with a football game, and he was like, oh shit, I forgot about this one guy that went and shot up all these people. Like, I mean, I don't know. This just really doesn't make any kind of sense. David Oliver says, this is why I have trouble fully believing in a God. What God is meant to be perfect? What God that is meant to be perfect would punish people for no fault of their own? Homosexuality is normal and it's not hurting other people. That's right. It's not. Although I wonder if he thinks that homosexuality would be hurting other people. Does he think homosexuality is a religion because homosexuals have a label that's applied to them? Does he think that there's a homosexual Bible? There,
That Bible would probably be fabulous.
yes, that Bible would be fabulous. You're right, honey. Let's see, we got Sleepy in Seattle that says every point this guy makes came from his alien overlords or from his bong. Prophet Azad's in the chat. What's up, Prophet Azad? How you doing?
But in any case, the restraint or the struggle to kill somebody in that moment, that come from God, because it went off in you like that. Atheists can't explain nothing like that.
Yes, I actually can. I can explain why we are restrained from killing somebody. I do not possess it in me as a person to just go out and randomly kill somebody if they make me mad. Like, I'm just not going to do that. But also, it's a psychological thing. People that have mental disorders like sociopathy and psychopathy, they don't have that kind of restraint, right? I don't feel the need to kill somebody. Like, if I did, I'm fairly certain about half the people... No, I'm not even going to go that far. This is being recorded. Like, restraint and the will not to kill another person is not dependent on a God. And this is just another version of the whole argument that we all know that God exists, so therefore atheists just simply cannot exist because God has written the law in our hearts. But the problem is with this type of moral argument that he's playing at here is that you can't solidly say that morals come from God. I mean, for one thing, you have a specific definition of God. Your Bible lays out that definition, and apparently you've read part of it. So you can't say that morality comes from your God when every other religion claims that same thing, that their God is the one that dictates how people should behave, when in reality, it's the society that we live in that lays down our common moral foundation, and then everybody's moral foundation changes as they grow up, as they experience new things. So you're trying to act like there's some kind of absolute system in place that prevents people from killing other people, but yet I'm guessing that you blame like any murders that happen on atheists. Like, are atheists the only ones that murder people? I don't know. This just seems pretty far-fetched.
That's why I don't believe in them.
Oh, shit. That's why you don't believe in people, because God stops people from murdering other people. Apparently. Oh, God. This is such a bad video. That's all. That's the end of his video. So I'm going to switch back to here. Thank you, heathens, for joining me tonight. That was all of it. Let me know down in the comments why you might agree with him or why you might disagree with him. I'd love to know your thoughts on his arguments that he's presented here after I get all of the fucking issues like worked out and everything like that at the beginning of the show. Let me know what you think about what he said tonight. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe before you head on out and smash that like button. It helps get this video in front of other people that may need to hear it. So definitely smash that like button. We're about to go into the Skeptic Mafia comments, but if you're leaving out, I hope that you guys will stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens. But don't go, because we're going to be doing the Skeptic Mafia comments, which if you guys don't know, you can join the Skeptic Mafia if you want to, and you can leave a comment, and you can have your comment read by me, and I pretty much read just about any comment that's put out there. Let me get this guy off and get the comments pulled up so I can read them. But the Skeptic Mafia gets to leave comments for everybody for the video this week so that they get to throw in their 2 cents about whatever the video is covering. And so this week we have, which I've actually got to refresh because Trickster left his comment and it got caught by spam again. Boom. There. 1 second ago. Jonathan Hanachek said, technical problems with GE. Remember, Casey is always right. Thank you, Jonathan. Uhan Roderick says, I don't believe in this guy. Enough said. And then he leaves a nice list. Make sure y'all are smashing that like button, hitting subscribe, and then washing your hands. When you're done doing that, make sure you hit that join or hit up joinskepticmafia.com and then wash your hands. And after you wash your hands that second time, make sure you come back and leave a sweet comment and then wash your hands. I hope all of you heathens and non-heathens are staying safe and staying home. Take this time to go back through GE's catalog of awesomeness and watch the Daily Bible Podcast on his channel, or listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or verygoodpodcast.com/Daily Bible, where you get all of the links to all of those places if you want to find them. Love you all. Special thanks to GE and KC for this community. We can all escape to while that which shall not be named is going on. I appreciate you both, as I am sure the rest of the heathens do. P.S. Doctor Who is greater than Star Wars and Star Trek combined. He does not have bad taste, honey. He has excellent tastes. Uhan, I've got your back. Next up is Hellbound Hillbilly. Holy shit, dude. Leave that bong on the table. You've had enough. That was several minutes of incoherent, repetitive babble. If you put a beat under that, it could be a mumble rap. But I was ready with a beer and other numbing agents, adequately prepared because as a member of the Skeptic Mafia, I got to watch this anti-weed PSA early and know what to expect. And that's just one of the perks. We also get a podcast, a private Discord channel, a monthly meetup, and we get to come up with goofy shit for GE to say when he reads our comments in the live stream, kind of like now. I want him to say that Star Wars and Star Trek are both great and should be considered independently for their own merits and not placed in competition, but rather used to draw people into the many types of science fiction, eventually leading more people to watch Firefly. Firefly is the best out of all of them, even though there's only like 10 episodes. Maybe it's less than that. Maybe it's only 8. There's only a few episodes of it, but it's great, and it's got a movie. But I do agree about Star Trek and Star Wars being separate kinds of science fiction, and so they're both good. Casey would disagree. Ulterior Motifs says this guy is simply throwing out words that sound quote-unquote smart. I'm sure he's never read his Bible thoroughly and hasn't touched an actual science book since grade 5. I mean, that's kind of what I got from it. Damn, this guy has some rose-colored glasses on. Oh, this is Quentin Van Boeven. Thou shalt not be killed needs to be rewritten to thou shalt not kill unless God commands it, which he has several times in the Bible. And what's so hard to understand about calling ourselves atheist? A, meaning without, theist, meaning God, religion. We put a label on it the same way that they put a label on Christianity. Anyway, this guy's a fucking idiot, earned a fail whale. Anyway, heathens, I'm sure you know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe. Also consider joining the Skeptic Mafia. I'm not going to bore you with the perks. You know them by now. And if you're not, I'm sure my fellow mafiosos will cover me. We have a podcast specifically for you guys. All right, like only a small number of you guys watch it, but it is pretty awesome. And I know Quentin, he explained in the chat earlier about Project Blitz. I go through a pretty detailed like explanation of what Project Blitz is and what their goals are in the podcast. So I think that it's very much worth a listen to. This past week was over an hour long. So, oh yeah, it was an hour and a minute. So technically over an hour. You bitch a lot. Yeah. Yes, honey, you do bitch a lot.
What?
I was just agreeing with you.
I'm allowed to say it, but you're not.
Sleepy in Seattle. Holy crap on a cracker, Batman. This guy calls himself an intellectual. Show me the evidence. He has so many wrong facts that I don't know where to start. His surroundings look like they are padded. They probably aren't, but they should be. Did you notice that he picked up a glass tube and a lighter? Since we didn't get to see the bottom of the tube, who knows what he was about to smoke? All we know is that he's definitely smoking that Jesus dick. I think that may explain a whole lot of what he is saying. He must have had a vision while he was in an altered state of mind. In summary, I believe a lot of things, but I don't believe that this guy exists.
Pot doesn't make you that dumb.
Arduin! This title gave me a crisis of self-existence. Anyway, I hope everyone is well. Stay the fucking side, keep your fucking distance, and wash your fucking hands. Damn, Arduin. I know times suck right now, but we will get out of this. We can do this. You can do this. We just have to, well, do it. I still have to show up to work. We are quite safe, though. We all keep our distance and shit. It's just boring as hell, as there isn't much to do. We're manning the fort, so to speak. As boring as it is, though, I still get to go there and see people from a safe distance. Anyway, I could rant on, and I don't want to bore you all. Stay safe, and Arduin loves you. Not going to be there. Got the NASA Black Site stream tonight, but I hope you had a great one. Cheers. Well, Arduin, really appreciate you doing that, which I don't know if maybe you're here tonight. Not sure. The Runed Warrior. Astrology is not astronomy. Also, you can celebrate your religiosity, but we can't celebrate our lack of it? Come on. Oh, and join the Skeptic Mafia, everyone. Thanks, Ruined Warrior. I did catch that, him saying that we study astrology, which, I mean, I think he meant astronomy, but he said astrology because there are some astrology-type aspects to the Bible. Ooh, Jonathan Nickel. Clearly, this guy has no clue what an atheist is. An atheist is simply someone who doesn't believe in any gods. Nothing more than that. If theists didn't try to push their gods onto other people, they probably wouldn't even notice us. Do I tell people I am an Bigfootist or an Nesseist? No, because the people who believe in Bigfoot or Loch Ness Monster aren't trying to force other people to accept their claims or discriminate against those who don't agree with them. Who told atheists that they had to believe in God? Christians, for one. They can't seem to shut up about it. He then goes on about how atheists apparently hate God and that they disagree with everything he sees as good in the Bible. It wasn't the Bible that told us not to kill or steal, especially when you consider that the God of the Bible is a homicidal maniac who killed millions and commanded his followers to kill as well, after giving them a set of instructions which includes, thou shalt not kill, bleeding hypocrite. Yahweh, thou shalt not kill. Moses, now kill all the boys and kill every woman who had slept with a man, but save for yourselves every girl who has never slept with a man. That's the exact one that I brought up too. That's exactly what it says. Either Moses disregarded the commandments he had just been given and went against God's wishes, or Yahweh changed his mind. On another topic, let's settle this Star Trek versus Star Wars issue right now. Babylon 5 for the win. I actually haven't seen Babylon 5, so I'll have to take your word for it. Jukane 726. Aw, come on. There are a million things you can do with straw other than this. You see, these guys that are commenting and supporting the community right now that are maybe a part of the Skeptic Mafia, your fantasy atheists may not exist, but we do. Cadence! Absolutely do not read the comments on the original video. The stupid burns worse than watching it. That, and it's painfully obvious that he's racist against white people. The entire channel is hostile, weaponized ignorance. Ooh, shit, Jane. All right. After only listening to 2 minutes into the video, I can already tell this guy doesn't understand the first thing of what an atheist is, or why there's such a title as atheist, and that he is a total idiot. I wasn't aware this level of stupid existed, but I guess it does. First, let's take a look at the A in atheist. A stands for anti. Now, anti is a 4-letter word to form a new word, but in this case, it means lack of or against. Now, theist means belief in a god or gods or creator. So when you don't believe in a god or anything supernatural, you need a specific word to make people understand what exactly describes a person's school of thought in which the word atheist formed and established to identify people who don't believe in God. That isn't. That is all an atheist is: an anti-belief in God or gods. Secondly, making claims that atheists believe in other things supernatural, especially things you mentioned, is completely insane and obscure. True atheism believers believes in nothing supernatural whatsoever, period. I highly suggest you take the time to talk to some atheists, get to know them and talk to them and find out why they don't believe. I think you will find some very heartbreaking stories, like bad experiences with religion, like different types of abuse, bullying, or even less sad situations where they just started doing research and they came to the conclusion on their own that they felt there is not enough evidence for any god or gods to exist. Either way, try getting to know people instead of being a judgmental idiot. Heck, even get some atheists on your channel and ask real heartfelt questions into what led them to that decision to begin with. If you're not willing to do that, then do yourself a favor and stay off YouTube. For everyone else, everyone else watching, hit the subscribe and like button. Join the Skeptic Mafia for perks and cool emojis, like cool emojis, monthly hangouts, and meeting Bro Cephas. And don't forget to stand up and use your voice. You know, last month we actually played. What was that? Quiplash. We played Quiplash and it was pretty fun. Next up is Michelle Foster. You don't believe in God. That's your business. The video should have ended there. But no, he's going to go on and be the thing he claims that atheists are. He's going to make up shit and be a complete hypocrite. How can you be an atheist and still worship gods? Fuck's sake. Yep, typical Christian, makes total sense. But you know what actually makes sense? Joining the social distancing. Also, joining the Skeptic Mafia. If you are able to. It's a wonderful little community with whale dicks and other stuff that aren't whale dicks. And whale dicks! P.S. I didn't realize today was Friday already. Honestly, thought it was Thursday. Surprise! It was Good Friday. That's when they nailed that Jew to the cross. That's why it's good. What? Take it back? Is that not why it's called Good Friday? Because they killed him? Oh, I take it back that they nailed a Jew to a cross. And that's why it's good. Why is it good then? I take it all back. I was just describing it. Sean J. His straw men are getting more and more straw stuffed inside. Any conversation with an actual atheist would set all that straw on fire. According to this guy, if you are religious, it's okay to tell people about your religion. However, if you don't believe or you want to question the evidence, then you shouldn't tell other people that you don't believe in their fairy tales. That's besides all the crazy other beliefs he thinks atheists have to hold. Has he ever actually talked or listened to an atheist? Probably not. What it boils down to in this view, stay in your atheist closet because we don't need to see your non-belief out in public. Your non-belief makes me uncomfortable with my belief. I would agree. That's most likely his problem, is that he wants us to shut the fuck up while he gets to stand on a corner shouting at people, telling them that they're going to hell for not sucking Jesus' dick enough. Did you suck Jesus' dick today? Well, you're going to hell because he's going to remember that shit. Gary White. What the heck was he on before he posted this? It's his own opinion that he doesn't believe in atheists, but he needs to think more clearly before posting a video. Trickster had a little bit of problem, and I don't know if Trickster's here tonight, but it's because sometimes you don't put a space between your period and the first word, and sometimes those are taken as like links. And so we disable links for people who aren't mods because we trust people that have mod status to not put like suspicious links in the chat. Other people, we had to turn that off for. But Trickster says, seems like no matter what I say, YouTube is going to hold my comment for review. Guess maybe I really don't exist. Oh, well, like, subscribe, and share. If you want to be part of something special, join our little ragtag group of skeptics who stand up and use their voice. Hopefully this gets through. Gonna have to wait till tomorrow morning to find out, as I am an essential worker and I have to go to work tonight. Oh, that sucks, man. And then we'll go back up to Vanta Blue here in a second. You see, I'm kind of surprised they recognize the .ge as a web link. I'm going to have to look into that. Trickster, I want some of what he's smoking. I don't think I've ever had anything like what he has. Maybe I'll see God too. As for his comment about people believing in Anunnaki, UFOs, as it were, we have pictures of UFOs, we have supposed landing sites, we have mutilated cattle. This does not mean that these things are real, but it is evidence that can be tested, and show me a picture of a god, show me a god landing site. Hell, show me any evidence of a god that I cannot refute, and I will no longer be an atheist. I don't believe in a lot of things, and even the things I do believe in are still met with a fair amount of skepticism. What if Santa Claus is real? Or the Tooth Fairy? Or the Easter Bunny? Because obviously the Easter Bunny saw Jesus die on the cross and was like, well, shit, they're going to come for my eggs next. I better decorate them and hide them places. They are just as plausible as any gods you may want to present to me. Evidence is the key. Like, subscribe, share, maybe join our little group of skeptics. GE, tell the next folks what they can expect. I'm done. This guy really hurt my brain. Yeah. So podcast, that's a big thing. Podcast and monthly hangout. If you want to hang out with me, join Skeptic Mafia. Vanta Blue says, how many hits did he have before recording this? Who told us to believe in a supposed God? Well, I don't know. Basically, every priest ever, most Christians as well, it seems. How conceited can he get? Long sigh. Oh, maybe I should go. Yeah. Our average Joe says, same old, same old. Chrismer and Dave. Oh, Chrismer's got the best ASCIIs. If you want a black market for ASCIIs, go to Chrismer. So, he doesn't believe in atheists. I'm sorry, what? I'm pretty sure atheists exist. And why do we name them atheists? Maybe because it's a descriptor saying that they don't believe in your ancient sky daddy? I could go on and on about this dude's inane drivel, but G has probably already thoroughly debunked this dude by now. So yeah, so atheists exist. Deal with it. And if you want to see more amazing content, go ahead and lovingly caress that like button, then gently lick that subscribe button as though you were an idiot licking a fucking toilet seat. Oh, typical. And if you're feeling really adventurous, go ahead and join the Skeptic Mafia, damn it! There are plenty of perks that come with that, like getting GE to say whatever you want to him. Oh, like, I don't know, Star Trek is better than Star Wars, but Doctor Who is far superior to every other series in known existence. All that being said, don't forget to stand up and use your voice. That's fucking right. With the stand up and use your voice thing, the Star Trek deal, it's a running meme here on the channel, I guess. Atheists don't exist. I propose an experiment. Let's use clustered regular interspace palindromic repeats, aka CRISPR, to see if we can create an atheist in a lab. Maybe there's a genetic component there. Maybe if we can pull that off using science, he would accept the reality of atheists. We can take a gene from a proclaimed atheist and insert it into a believer who will then no longer believe in God. That's obviously how it works. The scientific likelihood of this working is about as likely as the non-existence of atheists or the existence of God, so why not, right? Well, I have been reading a book about CRISPR lately, so it's my favorite. It's my new favorite words. On a side note, one more thing. Sing it, GE. Oh, shit. Okay, apparently it's his daughter, Marianne. It's her birthday, so here we go. Yeah, Drew's daughter. Happy birthday to you. Happy Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Marianne. Happy birthday to you. And keep on reading. Well, you were the first one that left a comment, so appreciate you. Oh, his wife, Marianne. I'm so sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. I don't know all of your family's names. That's my bad. I'm gonna figure that out. Oh shit, we got a couple of members and some super chats. Holy shit. Let's see. Harmonica Man says, "What a big bag of stupid." Metalhead says, "Man invented religion. Religion invented deism. Man gave their deity." Or deityism, man gave their deity its morals. I would say that's true, Metalhead. David Oliver says, Godless, do you like Warhammer 40,000? I actually haven't played Warhammer 40,000. I've been pretty stuck on No Man's Sky here lately. I've been binging that a bit. Other than that, though, I've been playing Resident Evil 3. And then we got two members, Alex Baranowski and Metalhead. Thank you guys. You guys are awesome for joining the Skeptic Mafia. I hope that you will take part in the comments on Friday nights. Normally it's on Friday nights. Tonight it's a little different because of I was just pretty much lazy yesterday. I'll just admit it. It's been a little tough keeping days straight and shit, and everything's been kind of out of whack since having to telework. And I was tired. So we got it done tonight, though. We had a really great stream. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you got any specific questions that you want me to answer right now in the comments, I will try to take a little bit of time out. If you want to make sure that I answer whatever you have to ask me or say, then super chats are the way to definitely get me to notice it. Cadence says, "How dare you be lazy?" I know, fuck me for just needing a day to like get caught up on sleep. That's what I did last night and the whole of today. Uhan, Godless Engineer. Warhammer 40K is a tabletop miniature game. Oh, interesting. I haven't played Warhammer 40K tabletop. I'm gonna have to look into that and force KC to play it. Metalhead upgraded their membership to Mafioso already. What the fuck? Awesome, Metalhead. I appreciate that. You're awesome. Member 1 year, 2 months. Oh, yeah, Quentin. Well, you got to put spaces in between them, Quentin. Well, fail. Here, I'll join in on the emojis because every time somebody joins, we always do the emojis. And I think I might have crashed my browser with doing all my emojis. Oh, there it goes. There we go. They changed it. Oh, did they? Well, shit, I just noticed that. Like, it has an underscore. Like, Godless Magic is it's underscore Godless Magic. Like, why the fuck did they put an underscore? Somebody more important take the tag Godless? Because, like, you gotta give your shit like names, like a namespace, and so it's fucking weird. Anyways, oh man. Let's see. Gary White says, "Godless Engineer, did you and KC get masked for when you guys go out?" Yeah, actually, honey, would you be able to get up and get me one of the masks? We do have masks, and I suggest anybody that does go out wear a mask if you have them. If you want to make yours at home, the CDC has guidelines for making a mask, but basically you can get any kind of fabric that you have, and you can sew them together, but the important bit is that you got to put a coffee filter between them.
And
right?
There's no sew designs also.
There's what?
No sew designs.
Oh, there are no sew designs as well.
Sew designs and no sew designs.
Yeah, there's both. No sew and sew, in case you're not that thing. So, hold on. I gotta... Oh, they smell like Lysol. Hey, at least I got it on right side up this time.
Yeah.
So what's up? I got my mask. We actually got some pretty good comments about it today when we went out. That's the whale penis.
You gotta pull it up a little. It's too far down on your nose.
Well, if I pull it up too much, it won't cover my chin. Jane says, I'm upgrading to Globe Head when I return to work. Oh, cool. Awesome, Jane. I appreciate you guys being members in general. It's awesome to see people joining up with them. Alex says, N-acyl dimethyl ammonium chloride. Atheist Bob says, GE, thanks for the videos helping with the lockdown here in the UK. Thanks, man. Oh, you're welcome there, Atheist Bob. I gotta take this off because it's a little it's hot and it's a little suffocating. So for next week, in case you guys want to know, it might be a little heavy on the resurrection stuff because as you guys know, tomorrow, and some of you probably already are in Easter Sunday, that's the day supposedly Jesus resurrected from the dead. You got a lot of Christians out there right now that are doing a lot of different content on the resurrection. So Monday we're having an anti-resurrection video where I analyze both Mike Lacona and Gary Habermas explaining the evidence for the resurrection, and it's very flimsy evidence. So I'm going to be explaining that on Monday. Tuesday, of course, we have our Bible podcast, which is going to be the normal podcast. We're not doing anything Easter special related. Wednesday, I haven't decided yet if it's going to be a resurrection video or more of a comments video. I'm not exactly sure yet, but you guys will know on Wednesday. And then, of course, Thursday is going to be the Skeptic Mafia snippet. And then next week, we're going to do it all over again. So it looks like Cadence upgraded to a pure free thinker. Look at her. Welcome, Cadence. I appreciate you. Man, all right. Well, I got to be heading out, everybody. Metalhead says Resurrection Sunday, he only sacrificed about a day and a half. That's true. The whole 3-day thing was just a common thing back then, so it really didn't matter how many literal days he was dead. It just matters that it fit the pattern. Mandelbrot said, get a bullhorn and yell, dead man walking. Drew's book review says, good night, GE and KC. Yes, good night, Drew. I'm so sorry that I didn't know Marianne was your wife. I should have known that. I really should have. That's my bad. Yeah, it still proves he wasn't married. All right. Well, I'm going to go. I'm going to go ahead and go, guys. It was awesome hanging in with everybody tonight. You guys remain awesome. Wash your hands. Do the social distancing. We can keep this curve or whatever flattened. We'll flatten it out eventually. I think the death numbers are still rising. But in any case, y'all be safe out there. I don't want y'all... Huh? Wear your mask if you got a mask. Make a mask if you don't have a mask. Because all the other masks are on order until June, and so if you do order, you'll be prepared for the fall wave of shit. So, curve flat, GE flurfer. Anyways, we'll see you guys later. Don't forget to stand up, use your voice, and all that kind of good shit. Bye, heathens.